Good morning, guys. Today we're going to graph a quadratic linear word problem. It's the same as graphing a quadratic and a line. Follow along, and I'll try to go slow so you can work with me. In a circus, a clown throws an apple up off a platform. The height of the apple versus time can be given by the following equations. Highlight or circle your equations. Another clown tries to shoot the apple with a bow and arrow. The height of the arrow versus time can be given by the following equation. Here are our two equations we're going to graph. Graph both equations on the same set of axes. We're lucky because they're both solved for y. So I have negative x squared plus 4x plus 5. This is my parabola. When we graph our parabola, we know we have to catch a rainbow. But in this case, we're only graphing quadrant 1, which are all positive numbers. So I start where x is 0, and I go to where y goes to 0. So in y equals, my table is 0, 5, 1, 8, 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 5, and 5, 0. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to graph my line. I have y equals 7/3 x plus 1. When I get my table, I know I'm not going to copy any fractions. So I'm going to start with 0, 1, 3, 8, 6, 15. You also don't want any negatives. We're only using positives. Now, I know time will be my x in seconds, and I know y will be my height in feet. So we have to label our grid. So if we look at our x's, we know our x's only go up. My highest x will be a 6. So what I'm going to do is skip. Then I'm going to label my y's. I know my highest y will be 15. So I can go up by ones. Now that I'm all labeled, I'll graph. I'll start with the parabola. I'll have 0, 5, 1, 8, 2, 9. I'll go to 3, 8. Here's my 2, 9, my 3, 8. I'll go to my 4, 5, and 5, 0. Now I'll connect my parabola as best I can. Now I'll graph my line. I have 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 8, and I have 6, 15. I will connect my line with a ruler, and I will label. Then I get set to answer my questions. B says, when will the arrow and the apple be at the same height? So I look and I see here is where they're going to cross. That is the same height. I can also look at my table and I have my point, 3, 8. I do not write the point 3, 8. They're asking when. So I know that's at, let's see, 3 seconds. C says, will the arrow definitely strike the apple at this height? Well, at 3 seconds, they meet. So yes, it will definitely strike the apple at that height. Then they want you to explain. This is a good question because you just tell how you know. You can write the parabola and line intersect. And you could even write the point. Okay? Now it says D. How high is the platform that the clown threw the apple off of? So we know our clown is throwing the apple and it's going to start over here. Okay? That point is 0, 5. So we know at 0, 5, we know 5 feet. I lost my line. I redrew it. Just be careful when you're drawing it. Use a ruler and connect your lines. Remember, no negatives and make sure you know what they're asking.